Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 10 movies that I'm looking forward to the most in the year of 2024. I went to Google. I went to IMDb. I looked at all the movies that are coming out this year, and I've compiled the list of 10 movies that I'm anticipating the most. And we're going to be going in release order. First movie on this list is a movie coming out March 1st. It's called Spaceman, starring Adam Sandler. It's going to be coming out on Netflix. Jacob Prochaska was raised by his grandparents in the Czech countryside after being abandoned as a young boy. He works as a scientist before trying to become the Czech Republic's first astronaut. Now this I'm excited for because it's always fun seeing Adam Sandler do a serious role. He got a lot of praise for Uncut Gems. I think he's excited about that. I think he wants another crack at it. This movie looks like it's going to be a serious one. It is on Netflix. I know he has to deal with Netflix and he's been doing like a lot of dumb comedies like he normally does. This one looks like he's trying to, maybe go for the Oscar again. This also, we've got like a little teaser. We've got like a 30-second teaser of it, and it does look very serious in tone. It kind of seems like it's going to do some like very like fictional sci-fi stuff, which I guess fictional is in the sci-fi, but it looks like it's gonna be heavy on the fictional part, and it's not just a drama about him being an astronaut. It looks like maybe we do some weird Interstellar shit. I don't know. Interstellar with the Sandman, I'm in.
Through black holes, through time, and then I found you.
Second movie we're going to be talking about is called Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon-ho. And if you don't know who Bong Joon-ho is, he directed Parasite, which won Best Picture a couple years ago. You put Bong Joon-ho, you put Robert Pattinson starring in the movie, and it's a sci-fi movie. Again, another sci-fi movie. I'm in mainly because of the star power here, or I'm in mainly because of the team that's here. Bong Joon-ho, great director. Robert Pattinson, one of my favorite actors these days. Let me read a little plot synopsis for this one. A disposable employee is sent on a human expedition to colonize the ice world Niflheim. After one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated with most of his memories intact. Come on! And you make Robert Pattinson the star, I'm in. Easy. Third movie we're going to discuss is called If. If, aka IF. The movie stands for Imaginary Friend, but it's directed by John Krasinski, which if you don't know is Jim from the Office. I had to think about it, which is Jim from The Office. And if you're a fan of The Office, we're reuniting Jim and Michael from The Office. So yes, Steve Carell is in this movie. He's voicing the main imaginary friend. And let me get into a little bit of the plot here. After discovering she can see everyone's imaginary friends, a girl embarks on a magical adventure to reconnect forgotten If's imaginary friends with their kids. So this is pretty much like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, directed by John Krasinski, voiced by, I'm sure they're going to have a great voice cast, but it's spearheaded by Steve Carell. So again, we got a nice little Office reunion. It looks like it has a lot of heart. So far, we know John Krasinski to be the funny guy, to be Jim from The Office. And in his directorial debut, he made A Quiet Place, which was incredible. A Quiet Place 2 came out after. That one's just as good. And now he's doing something else. He's making a family movie. So I'm excited to see what he can do in a different type of movie. I'm excited to see if he can bring the magic that a movie that just came out recently, Wonka. I was very impressed with Wonka. So I think after Wonka, I'm a little excited for more family movies because that movie just felt magical. And the trailer for this movie looks pretty sweet. It looks like it's going to be a nice family-friendly movie. And again, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, count me in.
Don't look him in the eye.
Which one?
You know damn well which one.
Thanks for doing this. It really means a whole lot.
The next movie we're going to be talking about is actually a movie I wasn't so excited about when it first got announced. But the more that as I started putting together this list and I started reading plot details, I'm pretty excited. This movie is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, if you haven't seen the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the one that started with James Franco and then James Franco just totally disappeared, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and damn, it's hard to say, and War of the Planet of the Apes. Now, that's a great trilogy. It's underrated, or I think whoever's seen it, it's it's probably appropriately rated, but I just think it's underappreciated. It doesn't get a lot of love. When you think of like the best trilogies, it's probably not the one that pops up into people's heads, but it's one of my favorite trilogies. And this time around, we have a different team. This time, it kind of felt like Disney was just, doing a cash grab. Like they acquired Fox and they were like looking at them. What properties do we have here? What can we make a sequel to? That's what it felt like to me. But, and it totally could still be that. But as I was looking into it further, the plot actually excites me a little bit. So this plot takes place many years after the last one. So let me just read the synopsis. Many years after the reign of Caesar, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he's been taught about the past and make choices that will define a future for apes and humans alike. So it doesn't say it here, but again, looking into it more, it takes place 300 years after the end of the last movie. So it's totally disconnected. You could probably just hop into this one. I don't think you need to watch the other ones. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of references, and I think you'll probably get more out of the movie if you know the lore. But let me tell you about the villain or the antagonist, which I'm assuming is going to be the antagonist. Proximus Caesar is his name. And let me just read his little description. Proximus Caesar perverts the teachings of Caesar to enslave other clans in search for last traces of human technologies. What human technologies is he looking for? I have no clue, but I believe he's going along the coast of I don't know where. Who knows where? I'm guessing San Francisco. I don't know. The first movie took place there. Who gives a shit? He's going along the coast and he's trying to find human technologies. And he's using Caesar's teachings, which I guess you kind of do gotta watch the original trilogy. Caesar is our main protagonist, and he's kind of like their king. So he's using like ancient, I guess at this point, I don't know, 300 years is that ancient? He's using a good ape's teachings, perverting them and using them to take advantage of the newer apes. So he's called Proximus Caesar. I think that sounds cool. The plot sounds cool. The apes are actually going to talk in this one. They talked a little bit in the original trilogy, but it seems like they're going to full on senses here. So I'm excited for it now. Let's see how it turns out.
What a wonderful day!
Next up on the list is Inside Out 2. The only animated movie that I think I have on this list. But Inside Out 1 is one of my favorite Pixar movies. I'm not going to tell you where it's at on my list because eventually, inevitably, we're going to rank all the Pixar movies. But it's up there. It's upper tier for sure. Now, this one, all the emotions are coming back. If you don't know what Inside Out is, it's Pixar's take on explaining why we feel what we feel. We follow this young girl named Riley who's, at a difficult time in her life. She moves to San Francisco and things were fine. She has these 5 emotions in her head. And then I believe, what is it? Joy, anger, sadness, disgust, and fear. And now, before it was all about joy, because she was a kid. Now that she's turning into a teenager, she's starting to feel sadness more. And that's kind of what the movie is about. 5 emotions, 5 different characters, great voice cast. So everybody's coming back except for Bill Hader, who was Fear. Now it's going to be played by Tony Hale. Disgust, I believe, is a new voice actress as well. Lisa Lapira. I think I'm butchering that name. But now, at least one of the new emotions here is anxiety, played by Maya Hawke, which you might know from Stranger Things. There's 2 more. So there's anxiety, which I already mentioned, embarrassment, and ennui, which is boredom. Those, I don't believe, as of this recording, have a voice actor just yet. But anyway, let's get to the plot. Inside Out 2 returns to the mind of newly minted teenager Riley just as headquarters is undergoing a sudden demolition to make room for something entirely unexpected. New emotions. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, who've long been running a successful operation by all accounts, aren't sure how to feel when anxiety shows up. And it looks like she's not alone. Pretty much what I already said. So we're going to have new emotions. I don't know how old Riley is in this one. It seemed like she was like 12, 13 in the first one. So maybe she's a little bit older, getting more emotions. They're going to play with that. They got new characters to work with. And this generation and anxiety, come on. They're going to nail it. Now, my only worry with Inside Out is that it's not directed by Pete Docter. Now, Pete Docter is legendary He has a legendary name within Pixar. So he directed the first Inside Out. He did Monsters, Inc. He did Up. And he did, again, another great newer Pixar movie in Soul. So his track record, that dude's batting 1,000. So he's not coming back for this one. So that does worry me just a little bit, because that first one, he might have had that special sauce that made that movie as good as it was. That's my only worry about it. But moving on.
Who made the console orange?
Do I look orange?
I didn't touch it.
Orange is not my color.
Not me.
Hello?
Now, the next 5 movies are movies that are so far out that we don't really have much details on them, so these are probably going to go a little bit quicker. Next movie, Deadpool 3, coming out July 26th. This is actually the only MCU movie coming out in 2024, which is probably for the better. There's been way too much MCU stuff. I'm sure you've heard about it all over the internet. I'm not here to complain about it. Deadpool 3 has a chance to course correct, yeah, I believe. It's going to be a silly movie. It's going to be about Deadpool and Wolverine going on this buddy cop adventure. We're gonna get tons of jokes about the Fox acquisition, and they have the opportunity to shit on themselves, to make fun of the MCU and just superhero fatigue, all that stuff, which is finally hitting, I believe. We've always talked about superhero fatigue, but now I feel like it's actually setting in. But yeah, there's not much that we know. All we do know is that Ryan Reynolds is coming back as Deadpool. Hugh Jackman is making his MCU debut, is returning, coming out of retirement for Wolverine. Now, the director Sean Levy has had a lot of experience with both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. He's done stuff like Night at the Museum, Real Steel, Free Guy. All those star both of those 2 actors. I think his relationship with Ryan Reynolds definitely got him the gig. They're going to go on a buddy cop adventure. Who cares about what the rest is? That's enough for me to put it on my list.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just cleaning up the timelines.
Next up, September 6th, Beetlejuice 2. This is a movie that's been requested for so long, and to be honest, I'm not the biggest Beetlejuice 1 fan. So why is it on my top 10 list? Pretty much that is the hype. I remember watching Beetlejuice when I was younger. It's just not one of my movies, but I'm excited to go back in, rewatch Beetlejuice 1, and go down memory lane and figure out as an adult why this movie is so iconic. Again, I haven't seen it since I was younger, but I do know one thing that has stuck with me is Michael Keaton as, is his name Beetlejuice? As the main character. I think his name is, I just know you say Beetlejuice a lot and this dude pops out. Anyway, Michael Keaton reprising that role is going to be iconic. Again, it's going to be fun, the hype building up to it. Seeing him act as this crazy, wild character again is going to be cool. I love Michael Keaton. I do like the introduction of Jenna Ortega. I do like that she's going to be in this movie because she fits. She's in the Addams Family stuff with Wednesday. Naturally, she's going to fit in this dark universe as well. She's in Scream. She's in X. She's in all this like dark, evil shit. I think she fits perfectly in here. I'm a fan of hers. And she's the local hometown hero here lately. So it's going to be fun to support her as if she needs it. She's already taken over the world.
Here's why I won't do 2 shows a night anymore, babe. I won't.
What do we have here? We got 3 left. Next up is Joker 2. I am not even going to try to pronounce. I'll try it. Joker Folie à Deux. I don't know. I'm sure I messed that up. Anyway, Joker 2. Todd Phillips, the director, he's returning for Joker 2, as well as Joaquin Phoenix. Lady Gaga is going to be playing Harley Quinn. And the weirdest thing, the most intriguing thing about this movie is that it's a musical. So I don't know what they're doing here. I don't know what they're cooking, but the first one was good. I think he won an Oscar, actually. Joaquin Phoenix for the portrayal of Joker. We're going to get a great portrayal of Joker again. I love Lady Gaga and A Star Is Born. I like some of those Gaga songs. So I'm excited to see what she does in a musical and as Harley Quinn. It just sounds weird. It sounds unique and exciting. Enough said. Moving on.
Do you have any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
Next up is another movie that I originally was not excited about. But as I started thinking about it, again, as I went through this list and I started looking at more of these movies, to be fair, not a lot of them have a lot of plot synopsis, not a lot of plot details. But Mufasa, the Lion King. So this is specifically going to be a sequel to the live action, or I guess a prequel to the live action Lion King movie directed by Jon Favreau. Out of all the live action Disney animated movies, Disney animated turned live action, this one is probably my favorite. You can't mess it up. There's no like human characters to mess up. It's just the same thing, but a little bit worse. But it's okay because it's Lion King. I still enjoyed it. This time around, we're going backwards. We're going to do another prequel. Now, let me give some details here. It's directed by Barry Jenkins, who directed Moonlight. Moonlight won the Oscar in that whole La La Land Moonlight debacle, whatever. Point is, Moonlight won. And I haven't really seen much from Barry Jenkins, but that's enough for me to get excited. So, returning is Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner as Timon and Pumbaa. And we're going to have Aaron Pierre as Mufasa. We're going to have Kelvin Harrison as Scar. Again, let me give some plot details. The prequel about the rise of one of the greatest kings of the Pride Lands goes back to the African savannah where Rafiki tells Kiara, daughter of Simba and Nala, the story of her grandfather, while Timon and Pumbaa add color commentary. So this is really cool. It sounds like it's going to be like Lion King 1.5 with Timon and Pumbaa just talking shit. I don't know if they're going to be breaking the fourth wall or anything, but they're going to add color commentary while we hear about the story of Mufasa, and like Scar is going to be in it, and are we going to see them play with those relationships? Like, this isn't just a live action shot by shot remake. This is actually telling an original, unique story. So that's why I'm a little excited for it. It's a different take. I guess they kind of did something similar with Maleficent. Like, they're kind of doing their own thing there. But Maleficent ain't Mufasa or Scar. Moving on.
You must take your place in the circle of life.
And the last movie we're going to be talking about on this list is coming out. It's slated right now, December 25th, so Christmas. Nosferatu. Now, yes, Nosferatu, you probably know him if you're a SpongeBob fan. That's my callback to him anyway. It is going to be directed by Robert Eggers. Now, Robert Eggers, if you're an A24 fan, you know who this man is. Or if you're a horror fan. But Robert Eggers has directed The Lighthouse. He's directed The Northman. And he's directed The Witch. All three of those are bangers. At least from what I hear. I haven't seen The Witch. But definitely on my list. But Nosferatu, or whatever the vampire's name is being played by Bill Skarsgård. Now, Bill Skarsgård is also one of my newer favorite actors. He kills in everything he's in. He's Pennywise the Clown. He was in the latest John Wick movie, and he was a piece of shit in that movie as well. He's a little prick in that one. So Nosferatu is about a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. And Robert Eggers and I think the cast or people that are on production have been saying nothing but good things about Bill Skarsgård as Nosferatu, saying that he's transformed, which again, he's done as Pennywise. So we're no strangers to seeing him go above and beyond and play these characters. Again, I love Bill Skarsgård. Robert Eggers is fantastic, so put them both together. And apparently this is Robert Eggers' like dream movie. And for some reason it's coming out on Christmas. So you know there's going to be a lot of weird shit. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good time. So those are my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2024. Let me know what your top 10 most anticipated, or just any. Give me 5, give me 1. Just let me know which 2024 movies you're most excited about. Let me know what I missed. Maybe I did miss something. I went through this list in like an hour. Maybe I missed something. I mean, there's some other movies you see on there like Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's not coming out this year. I even saw Rush Hour 4. That's not even in production. That's not even real. So be careful what you see out there. But yeah, let me know what you're most excited for. If you stayed this long, you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all those things, especially subscribe. We are a little bit over 100 right now. I would like to set the next goal, maybe like, let's do 125. Help me get to 125. Again, comment, do all those things. Until next time, peace out.